Today, I'm gonna walk you through the Perfect Barbell Warm-Up and the exact framework that I use to get the Perfect Barbell Warm-Up done. So a non-negotiable that I use with all my tactical members, my power lifters, is we always start with the bar for 10 reps. So the purpose of using the bar for 10 is really to just get specific with the movement, getting all the way down to the bottom of your squat, feeling if anything feels weird, knees, back, whatever, shoulders or something. Here, we're also trying to basically just make sure your muscles get warm. After that, we can start adding weight onto the bar. So in this example, say we're doing a back squat, and we're trying to work up to 3 sets of 8 at 225. Here is the warm-up that I would recommend. So we would start off with 135, so bar and a plate. We would do roughly 6 to 8 reps, and I'll explain what these numbers kind of mean off to the side in a minute. From there, bump it up 50 pounds. We go 185 for 3 to 5 reps. Lastly, we can take an optional chip at 225 for 1 to 2 reps before jumping into our working weights. So there's a reason that we don't do the inverse, which is what most people do. Most people will take the bar for 8 to 10, whatever. They'd go 135 for 8 reps, right? The working rep range down here. 185 for 8 reps, and then usually I'll even see people take a chipper at 205 for another 8 reps. So the problem with that is we end up accumulating 4,200 pounds of work before we even start our working set. So that's super fatiguing if we think about it like that. Usually, for super fatigued going into our first set, that's going to reduce the overall amount of work we can do. So I like to recommend that we do our working weight as the working weight. Let's not bust our ass leading up to it. Therefore, we're gonna take 2 sets to get warm. So that's gonna be your bar with the 10 and a plate. From there, we just need to warm up the nervous system, right? The analogy that I like to use is, right, if you were to wake up in the middle of the night and, I don't know, do a push-up or something, it's gonna be pretty challenging, right? You just woke up. You have no neural drive to your muscles. But if you do a few sets of bench and then you try some push-ups, those push-ups are gonna feel a lot easier. That's because your brain is sending more impulse to your muscle tissue. So that's the idea with this. Let's not get too fatigued. We know we can hit 225. If we're doing it for 3 sets of 8, it's probably a pretty appropriate, safe weight, so we don't need to go super crazy working up to it. Therefore, we're gonna take 2 sets to get warm, leading to 1,080 pounds of work. We're gonna take our next 2 sets to just warm up the nervous system. We've already done our general warm-up before this. Now we're just doing our specific warm-up. It should be super fast. 3 to 5 reps here. It's gonna lead to 925 pounds of work with an optional chipper at 225 for 1 to 2 reps, accumulating at most 450 pounds of work. So at most, with this warm-up, we are doing 2,455 pounds of work. So that leads to a 58% reduction in volume before you start your working weights. That's a good thing. Save your energy for the working weights.